I think it's important for us to give context to the audience. I grew up in Philly. So LA, especially like Long Beach, that is a different type of hood.
Yeah,
It's a different type of environment than the one that I grew up in. I remember like one of my favorite moments in my life and in my career. I spent a week with Nipsey Hussle
fine.
filming him, like following him around for an entire week.
Wow.
And one day we were at lunch and he always asked me questions about
Yeah,
stuff. Like he was a very inquisitive dude, wanted to understand a lot of things and understood that I may know things, especially about like music, television, and filmmaking and things of that nature, that he may not have understood. So he never like shied away from asking questions. But this time I had to ask him a question and I was just like, yo, I just don't understand your lifestyle whatsoever, like, cause it's just foreign to me. I'm not, like, judging it, and I'm not
you
saying
mean
'cause
like the LA like LA
yes, like,
gang
so
lifestyle?
yes, can you explain how it almost feels like it's an inevitable thing that you're gonna get caught up in something? How does that happen?
A multitude of reasons.
Okay,
So the first one that comes to mind, to be honest, is just culture. It's cultural.
okay.
Like the way black people are in LA just happen to be different than the way black people are in Philly or
Yes.
in Atlanta, and we practice culture. We practice black culture very differently.
Yes.
Um, um, but I experience my understanding of like um particularly black street culture in any city is that it's tribalism, and that we all come from it's like our indigenous nature trying to
Yo,
call us
when you
back, you
said
know?
that on the record, I literally paused the record,
Yeah,
and, like, I had to sit and just think of like these different African tribes
yeah,
and like what they're known for and like how they present and like all of these different things, even the close proximity, but they're totally different. But obviously, to your point,
yeah,
it's just an indigenous thing. When you broke that down
yeah.
on on your project, I it was the first time I'd ever thought of it.
Yeah, I
Lens.
definitely see it as we have no choice but to be like very indigenous as black people. We have no choice but to be like rooted in that nature that comes from our ancestors. And I think what we have seen is that once external forces, kind of influence the hood and kind of like pour more negativity
Hmm.
than we would naturally come up with on our own. It kind of just creates this like, perfect storm of like violence and absent fathers, absent mothers, just kind of like what we see a lot of times in gang culture. But ultimately, what I know from gang culture and what Nip knew and what most people from LA know about gang culture is that it's truly outside of violence, outside of drug dealing, it's truly people who care about you.
Mm.
It's literally my cousin.
Hmm.
It's literally for a lot of us, it's my uncles, my aunties, my
Right.
my
Yeah.
mama, my daddy. If you got a parent who gangbang, it's likely you gonna gangbang,
Right.
and it's not a taboo subject in your household in the way that it might be for some other kids. But ultimately in LA, like it's expected that you gonna be from a gang if you in the streets, like
Right.
you gonna be from somewhere.
Right.
And if you say you ain't from somewhere, just like on Kendrick album, they gonna ask you where your grandma stay.
Right, 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 right,
Where your auntie
right,
and them stay, where you
right,
be hanging out, you know?
right. We need to pinpoint you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And so I think that's the biggest difference is that that's what makes the LA culture and gang culture what it is that it's very tribal and it has been like targeted by external
Yes.
forces, you know?
Yes. Yes.